Hello, hello and welcome once again to me struggling trying to create this thing. I'm just double checking that my microphone would be working and I would be still on camera. This thing usually doesn't work for me. So last we left off, I have created this small scene based on this drawing of mine. Very complex drawing, I know. But essentially from there on out I created the scene. So the gap over which there's a bridge blocked out, some kind of a mountain right here, and from the camera view it's just a little bit bridge and the mountain. Maybe even I'm gonna zoom. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll decide. And I said, today I'm gonna try to make the mountain. While I'm talking, while I'm blabbering, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to import. So, as I promised, I spent a little bit of time researching how to import a Google Maps documents. So, I did it. I found a really good add-on, and I even found some good places to generate the information from. But I kind of don't feel like it's gonna be the correct what I want, because what happens in the Google Maps, even though it's really good data and it's really good, really interesting mesh, but it's not detailed for what I want, I think. So this is Mount Everest. Put it in a group so they wouldn't scatter away anywhere. And I'll control join them into one single mesh. And then if I go to material preview, there we go. There's a mountain. But yeah, that's the problem that I kind of have with this is just it has a few gaps here and there. If it's gonna be rendered, you can still kind of see it, or you need to put it manual. So I might be using it instead of my mountain, but I might also not at all. So I'm just gonna have this as a reference, but it still has quite a lot of geometry for it, so it's not like it's very easy on the computer or anything. Oops. I'm gonna scale it roughly similar to the size of the mountain that I already have. And there we go, I already have some kind of problem, so I need to stretch it a little bit to really be a close-up mountain. There are places of the mountain that I don't necessarily want. Up close it's still quite kinda blocky. If I try to smooth it out, it actually smooths out all of those blocks in between, which I don't want. Auto smoothing kinda helps, but I'm afraid that I'm still gonna see those gaps and those connections. And at that level, having this as a mountain kind of seems like it will solve the same purpose. And again, I need to get the biggest mountains, to get them proper snowy, to get them proper in the winter. This is Mount Everest. This is the highest peak in the world. And it doesn't seem dramatic enough. I have been to the mountains. Frankly, this was whole idea was to even be related to the mountains, because I love them so much. And yeah, in these 3D models, they're really good from a little bit of far away. From a little bit, somewhere in the distance, I would love to use them. Just put them somewhere there. Okay. Somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Where were you? Somewhere that I could see this one, and maybe if this one moves away. Just on the X on the Y. Right? Yeah, I can see them being in the background. Then it's perfectly fine. But kind of as a foreground main item, I feel like I'm not, because again, this is intensive for my computer, my very, very poor, weak computer. So I'm not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have the Mount Everest hanging around here. What I am going to have is this thingy. I am, however, going to smooth it out a little bit, because the way it is right now, I don't like it, and I will see how it goes with the modifiers. And so this first modifier is gonna smooth everything out. That's the modifier subdivision surface. It creates more geometry, more polygons. But also it has two different types of ways of creating those polygons. So if you create the simple way, it just duplicates all of those polygons, and all the sharp edges just become even more sharper and jagged. But through this other one, it tries to smooth everything out in between those harsh polygons, which makes it way smoother, which is very good for me. And if I increase it all the way to 2, it even kind of looks good on camera. But that's my problem now, because now if I put a decimate modifier, and that's how sometimes I just check how much faces it has, how much geometry. I don't know if you can see it actually. My face covering it? No, definitely it is. Well, it's not covering, so you can kind of see it. I have 10 million, no, it's a lot of zero. 1,040,000 faces? That's a lot. 1 million of faces is a lot. My computer is going to struggle rendering it every single time. So, of course, I don't see half of this mountain, at least, so I could just cut it off. I'm also gonna make sure that my camera is only rendering what it sees, so only what is in frame. But still, 1 million is a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this modifier not only to find out how many faces I have, but also I'm just gonna use it to subdivide it and make everything a little bit less facey. If I want, okay, 100,000. This should be around 100,000 because it's 1/10 of it all. It would be strange if it's gonna be something completely different of a number. But if it's 1/10 of all the faces, yeah, it struggles a little bit because it needs to decimate 1 million faces. And weirdly, it's 200,000. Okay. But I don't see much loss in quality. It even looks still better than what I had with this before this smoothing modifier, because I still have the same faces. If I'm gonna press tab, it might lag a little bit. There we go. And I still have the same faces because these are just generative modifiers. They don't appear on the actual geometry once you open it. But all of these faces in between got smoothed out. That is kind of it. I still get to enjoy most of the geometry, essentially probably even more, because I'm subdividing twice I think, but collapsing only once. I'm not entirely sure about the math behind this, but it looks kind of okay. So then, well, maybe except for that face where I just drew a little bit, I'm gonna rotate it out, and I'm gonna make new path somewhere there, maybe something like that. So I do have the mountain shape. I'm gonna agree with this. I like this as a mountain. I'm gonna drag it a little bit lower. There we go. What if I widen it a bit? Do I want to do that? Okay, let's see what it looks like if I just widen up the mountain. Oh, it does look interesting. It does look like it's closer then. But do I want that? No, I do not want that. I'm gonna scale it a little bit. No reason. Absolutely no reason. So, now, okay, I'm gonna say it. In general, I like the idea of what I'm having. It looks kind of pretty. What about sculpting? Can I sculpt on it without messing up my modifiers? Because I would just not like that. I would just easily delete the modifiers, do what I want to do, because I know how nothing is going to change eventually, but it would be really annoying to be needing to redo all of them. Okay. So it just throws me into the painting thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark roughly the area where I want to do my correction or whatever, and I'm gonna mask it, then flip the mask so that everything else would be actually the mask. It's just I need to remember where everything is on this thing. Oh wow, there's so many of. I haven't seen these buttons. Face set, perfect. What are these? Mask. Yes. Like the mask. Yeah. It is possible that my computer might struggle with having both the stream and painting on a mountain at the same time. But I will patiently wait through this. Oh well, that was fast. And nothing happens? No, oh, we're still waiting. So nothing seems to have happened. Okay. Yeah. I'm frankly surprised that there's so much struggle happening here. Very much struggling. Okay. Nope, still struggling. Okay. Wow. Since I know that applying these modifiers is easy peasy, I think I'm just gonna take off the modifiers, because I kinda did sculpt it a little bit on on the previous stream when I just dropped it in. So I'm kind of surprised that now it's really just struggling and crashing, but again, I think is because of these modifiers. We just disable them. How about now? Okay, there we go. Well, apparently. So, I'm gonna need a little bit of there, and then somewhere there. I'm marking it as a professional, I know. Again, I'm doing this with the mouse, even though I have a tablet thingy. Not gonna attach it at the moment. But this is gonna be enough for what I'm doing here. Yeah, somewhere here. Good. Now, how do you flip the mask? Invert mask. There we go. Right. Good. Very interesting. Very good. Very multiple scrape. Yeah. So I dabbled when I started learning Blender. I dabbled in all the forms a little bit. That's kind of my philosophy in general. You want to learn all of the things if you want to understand it eventually. So I took on everything, even though, for example, modeling is maybe not my strongest part, or sculpting. Yeah, I don't do sculpting now on Blender. I try to keep my sculpts on a tablet, on a Nomad sculpt, which is not like I know how to do that either, but like that's the idea what I'm trying to do. But I think I need to learn a little bit of everything just to know the pipeline, how it's going. Why do you need to prepare yourself to go from this place to this place or to that place or whatever? In this case, yeah, I'm not that good with it, but yeah, sometimes you just need to do the things. So here I am trying to remember, because it's similar. Anyways, similar tools. The idea is similar. It pushes, it pulls, puts a little bit of a clay. It's never what you actually want anyways. Give me positive. It's gonna be some kind of place. Because that's just what I'm imagining. Is just Maxwell kind of going through there, and yeah, needs a little bit more. Oh, that's ugly. Let's don't want to do too much elastic deforms and stuff like that. Don't want to be pulling too much, because it's a well-generated thing. I just want to do kind of this path a little bit. So, oh, this one's for still getting it? Okay. Let's go see what's happening here. Now we'll pull it a little bit. Okay. Creasing some places. Creasing defines things quite well. Whatever application you would be using, it's always some kind of creasing tool. It's always good to define just some kind of edges. Oh, that was a lot of strength. Smooth, of course. Things aren't so sharp and light. and then flat, because this should be a flat face. I would like to find some kind of a balance here. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. Just pushing and pulling, forming a path. I'll try to make this a path. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Now it's time for me to ruin it, just ever so slightly. Going to the edit mode. Oh yeah, absolutely perfect. They're aligned completely not the way I need them. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm gonna just try random stuff. Okay. How much is that? Not a lot, okay. Scale Z0. How goofy is that? It's quite goofy, but it's okay. Just scale Z0. Did I just undo most of my own work? Yes. So I don't do that then. Yeah, that's the thing. Because of the way that all of the faces are aligning, I cannot just draw this bridge and put it into a flat face. Kinda. Okay, this is gonna look goofy. Scale is at 0. Rotate on not X. Actually, that's not so bad. I'd say that's not too bad. It might look a bit goofy. Let's go back to sculpting. Let's smooth it out just underneath, for example. Now I'm gonna do something wacky. I'm gonna take the mask off somehow. And now, not only can I smooth this thing out with the rest of it a little bit, but also I can crease underneath it. Where's my creasing tool? Huh? Who stole it? There you go. And crease underneath, making a little bit of a gap. Because sometimes things go and rocks are protruding. That's why I thought I'm gonna have a geo positioning actual thing of the mountains, because sometimes mountains just have these protrusions that are, it seems impossible of such a heavy stone to just be dangling over the cliff, and this noise can only go straight up. It cannot go a little bit curved out into the outside. But all I'm gonna do, well, I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna just go into those faces and I'm gonna rotate them out, creating these kind of things. Yeah, creating a little bit of extra stuff for my own self. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna scale it a little bit more. Yeah, see? That's something weird already. And then when I'm gonna make some kind of a generated textures for it, that's looking a little bit for the future, but once I'm going to be making some generated textures for it, it's also going to look a little bit better having these kind of faces. I hope. Because it should be also the projection from the top, if that's going to be successful. Because in the previous videos, I just kind of didn't get the fidelity right, I think. Not like that. Something like that. No. reactivate the modifiers. First collapse it and then put on the I have an error. What does it say? Using both CPU and GPU subdivision. Oh. Okay. Can I ask you to not do that? I don't think I can. Yeah, that phase is probably a little bit too much. Yeah. Put it back into what it's supposed to. Yeah. It's a little bit heavy on me. That's okay. Whew. I remember saving a bit of time ago, but also I remember fooling around with the bridge. Well, this, not bridge even, the pathway. Not really doing much of good. Sculpting might be unpredictable, but such is life. So, well, we have this. I'm thinking also that if everything works out quite well, but it's not gonna have enough details, I'm gonna do that a little bit through more shaders and more displacement maps. But for now, it's gonna look kinda okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try a little bit of a shading for it. Just a little. I need to probably put on some, well, I'm gonna do it completely like that, so a little bit of a shader like this. So yeah, I don't remember exactly how to do this, so this is gonna be yet again a little bit of a struggle. So I definitely need to be mapping this whole thing. I'm just gonna put it into the color because that's eventually what I'm going to need, and I can put in between it color around because I know that's what I'm gonna stick it in there. Maybe into this vector, however, I need to have some info. So generated textures, but actually not generated, no. I need normals. Here we go. That's good, but that's not how I want it to look like. Am I correct? I need to go to the editing. There, we want to be normals. Just double check. I don't know if that helps or not. But it's always something about the normals. Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot. It's difficult. Again, my computer is a very weak little computer that I bought from Amazon for like 300 bucks just so I could have a computer. Didn't expect it to be chugging along in these difficult times. So right now I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to find everything I need, but I should somehow find how the normals are split. Alright? Yeah, and see, in these kind of places, I don't know then at what points do I need to do what. Because this is fascinating, this is good. I have information. Kind of feels like not exactly the information I wanted, because it seems a bit randomly scattered and projected from random corners. We apply all transformations. Does that change anything with the... Well, it crashes my computer a little bit, sure, but like at all, does it improve my experience of seeing the no, but it's nice to think that way, right? How do I make it go from... It's not like I have the object coordinates. No. I mean, would be funny, but no. Okay, no. Okay. What if we do this? What do we have here? This makes no sense to me. Okay, camera would be also cool. Oh, like that. Oh, that's not what I want at all. So I'm gonna come back to normals. Do we have separate? Oh, separate color. Ooh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. So that's a bit of an issue because that's not how I want stuff. Oh. That's just kind of... Wait. Let's go back to this. If we do this, right? But I do it like this. Okay. More or less, yeah, we can do that. Alright, but also, can I not change the rotation a little bit? No, not like this. No, not like this. This up. I can influence a little bit of that. Okay. But that's not gonna be exactly what I want again, right? So, normals doesn't seem so bad either. But with normals, yeah. It's not exactly splitting it from... Is there some kind of other way? Normal. Yeah, normal map. Nah. I would need to figure this out more. Because now I feel... now I feel a little bit lost and I don't know if it's worth proceeding then and stuff like that, so... But it's gonna make my life a bit easier knowing that I can actually continue doing this. So I'm just gonna use this little bit of a node setup, which I still need to fix. I know. The separate thingy doesn't do anything actually in my case. So I'm gonna use these 3 nodes to be as the separator for the white material of snow and another material that's gonna be more of the mountain. That's what I see a lot in the mountains when they're in snow. I'm gonna keep it here just as a whatever. I'm gonna make myself a new material just because I literally can. Well, can I? Yes, I can. It just takes a second for my computer to process that, even though it shouldn't. It's a very, very easy task. Anyways, here we are. It's an empty material. Make it new. Oh, any button press. Wow. It might be because there's a lot of geometry and I'm adding materials to that geometry already. So, oh, and there's already 1 million materials. That's also not helping. What I do have a node wrangler add-on. So then if I just press Ctrl Shift and T on just that single material node, I can get some stuff. So I have a bunch of materials, but I need to actually see what I have there. Which I have a ground material. I think it's gonna be a bit too green. I might be looking for something that's not greenish. Looks a little bit wet and muddish, and I think I'm needing it more of a. Actually, doesn't look too bad. I think the green. It should be too far away to see the greens, honestly. So I need to find something really. I think I need just rock. I think I just need. Oh. Hope I didn't do anything bad. Where the hell do blend the textures? There we go. In the beginning I was just dumping a bunch of my textures in one folder as a professional, and I think I have some okay textures. They're all free textures that I just downloaded from I think in the beginning it was CCO free materials or something. Now they're ambient materials. There we go. There we go. So back to what I was talking about. I downloaded a bunch of these materials. Now this is a material. Shows up on a rock like this. It would show up on this mountain also, but it's not the main material. But we're gonna make it a little bit of a main material. If that button does that, because it might also just crash my computer. Didn't seem to do much. Well, is it? I'm just gonna copy the entire stack, go to that mountain material, press the button to bring it back, I don't know. Yeah, it's projected from the side. I will need to definitely read up why my normal projection is from a side. Honestly, doesn't make too much sense. But here we are. So I paste my other stuff, and now there's too much stuff to actually be doing all of that. So you do it. Don't confuse people like this. What's not ambient occlusion is not connected. It's okay. I'll think if I want it anyways. It's looking a bit too much now. Move up. I want to move it a little bit out. So yeah, as I said, I'm gonna be using this as essentially the mixer of the materials. Alright? So I'm gonna put mix shader at the end of this shader and at the end of this shader. And now this color is going to be the one that's actually settling where one starts and the other ends. I take this nonsense color off as well, and it seems like it worked absolutely not. Wonder why? Well, wonder no more. No, wait, keep on wondering. Seems okay that you're wondering. I'm wondering as well. Okay. Might also be because I did not UV unwrap it. Now, out of all the things, this can absolutely crash the computer. The UV unwrapping, UV maps, is kind of a bunch of islands that your whole geometry has. How you would fold it out into a piece of paper, and one tries to unwrap it into a flat piece of paper, because that's what it's going to try to match the image on, and the image, of course, is just flat. It doesn't have highs and lows and bumps and stuff. And yeah, so it's a difficult task. It's again a difficult even thing to master for a lot of people. It can get a little bit complex. Oh wow! I got myself big rocky boy. So why is my shader not giving me much shadering? What's happening? I'm not understanding you. I mean, I understand this part. This I need to definitely increase a lot to make it seem like there's actual ground here and not, you know, big lump of coal. But what's my problem is that my mixer is not really mixing too much. This shader should just be plain white. Like, come on. That's how it's supposed to look like. And now I add the other shader, and now it should be like that. Then what is this supposed to? It's supposed to be doing things. Hello. What if I do it as a color? I know you didn't like it last time, but hey, there we go. That's okay. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Somehow, through struggling and struggling, and yet again a little bit of struggling, just a little bit more struggling, and a little bit more struggling, I think somehow got it. Okay. I don't know if, okay, is there a combine? Combine XYZ, okay. Good. Alright. Separate XYZ. So, I take the whole thing. I will separate X and Y. No. If I separate all of them, I'm not separating anything. It's still separate. Oh yeah, no, then you're just giving me the entire thing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna direct it a little bit like this myself. And then yeah, this whole combine, not combine thing is unnecessary. And then this thing, and doesn't look like exactly what I would want. But that was kind of what I wanted. Okay, let's do it like this a little bit. Cardinal, I think it's a little bit harsher. This is what I would like. I think that looks kinda good. Good enough. Look at that. It has the crack kinda in the place where you kinda want it. Then there's that. This place has this. It looks kinda with an edge, highlighting the road a little bit like this. Yeah. I'll have to say, yeah. I'll have to make the, yeah, a little bit maybe more specular or something, maybe a little bit less roughness. But yeah, all in all, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work quite fine for me. Having a gap there, yeah. So in such a short time, barely trying to figure out most of the things. It's very specifically for this scene. Barely trying to figure out most of the things, everything being quite clear on its own. I'm not struggling whatsoever at all. And it only took me like close to an hour to make a little bit of a snowy mountain. Again, as I said, I already had mountains from the Google documentation. Not Google documentation, I'm sorry, Google Maps information. But no, they didn't fit me. This feels more like my mountain. That's my trouble a little bit. But for today, that's gonna be enough. Tomorrow, a bit more, maybe, well, not tomorrow, next time, maybe a little bit more of an interesting kind of a thing. I'm gonna be making these columns a little bit more fun. Again, there's gonna be a bit more shading, there's gonna be a little bit maybe more some sculpting to make them a little bit worn down, but there I think I'm gonna know a little bit what I'm doing more than I did with the mountain. And the same for the bridge in total. I think that the cloth simulation I'm gonna leave for a little bit later. I already know that I'm going to take the top of it and I'm gonna pin it a little bit, and I'm gonna make it so it's more flat at the bottom than at the top. I have some ideas, but that's gonna be similarly today a bit of a struggle of me looking at things and being confused. This is how I'm learning, and this is my method of doing things. If you watch this thing, again, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. This is how I get my artistic compulsions out. Thank you for sticking out. Thank you for watching and supporting, because that's very important, very important thing in my life. And I hope that I can present to you a finished film yet again. But for tonight, it's gonna be enough. Goodbye.